Hello and welcome to my channel today, Boo Snakes and More. Today we're reading part 3 of the story I'm writing called G.I. Joe Star Wars Crossover. So please like this video and subscribe to the channel. The fire cracked under the vast night sky, painting long shadows across the camp. Duke leaned back on a log thinking about the strange past that had brought the Joes to this world, and this world to them. Suddenly Majestic Blossom stiffened. "The rift device isn't done yet," she said. "It's responding to a new presence." A shimmer appeared on the horizon. Over the hills that sloped toward a glitter sea, a lone figure approached, riding a horse with a cloak that fluttered in the wind. At first he looked like a wandering knight, but something about his calm authority set him apart. As he drew closer, Snake Eyes tensed. Even without words, he could feel the strange aura around the man. "I am Saint Martin," the figure said, voice echoing like wind through the hills. "I am a traveler of words, a guardian of the thin lines between them." Scarlet blinked. "Wait, Saint Martin, you mean the saint?" He smiled faintly. "Some call me that. Others simply call me the traveler, who divides darkness from light." In his hand he held a small, radiant sword that seemed to shimmer with both sunlight and moonlight. "I have come because the rift you tore open is unstable. This world and others are at risk if Cobra Commander's chaos continues to spread." Duke nodded. "Then you're on our side." St. Martin shook his head. "I'm not on any side. I am on the balance. But I can teach, guide, and intervene where necessary." He dismounted, and as he did, the ground beneath him seemed to pulse, like with life. Grass sprouting faster, trees leaning toward him as if acknowledging his presence. The call to serenity aid, to saintly aid. The next morning, St. Martin led the allies to a cliffside overlooking the sea. Below, waves crashed violently, carrying strange mechanical debris that had washed ashore from the hybrid Cobra Imperial Siege machines. "I can help cleanse the energy of the rift," St. Martin explained, "but it will require cooperation between magic, technology, and courage." Majestic Blossom stepped forward, her hands glowing. "We can stabilize the ley lines here, but we'll need someone to channel the energy from the rift directly." Duke exchanged a glance with Snake Eyes. "Looks like that's us." St. Martin nodded approvingly. "Exactly. Courage and selfishness are the keys. But beware, Cobra Commander has learned to manipulate more than machines. He has learned to twist belief, superstition, and fear. You will face illusions as much as soldiers." The siege of the cliff. By sunset, Cobra Commander's remaining forces had regrouped, this time reinforced with enchanted constructs. Giant armored knights, powered by stolen Imperial engines. Shadow Beast, from energetic Eclipse's earlier experiments gone awry, and mechanical dragons spitting fire like war cannons. The Allied forces took their positions. Violent Bell twisted roots into barricades along the cliff's edge. Serpentine Bloom and Abyssal Thistle created serpentine trenches that entangled advancing enemies. Snake Eyes and the Joes led a flanking strike to disable the constructs. St. Martin rode into the heart of the battlefield, sword glowing, splitting machines as if they were paper. Cobra Commander appeared on a floating war platform, eyes gleaming with dark triumph. You think the saint can stop me? He taunted. I have power over all words. But St. Martin raised his sword high, and a blinding wave of light surged from it, intersecting with Majestic Blossom's magic and Snake Eye's stealth strikes. Cobra's illusions fluttered. His machine stalled, and the hybrids began collapsing under the combined might of medieval integrity, magic, and 1980s military precision. In the chaos, Duke and Scarlet approached the Rift device, guided by St. Martin's words. With synchronized timing, they activated it safely, letting the unstable energies flow outward into the sea instead of the lands, stabilizing the rift permanently, or at least for now. Aftermath. When the dust settled, the battlefield was a patchwork of scorched earth, twisted metal, and victorious banners. Cobra Commander was gone, last seen being sucked into a distant temporal vortex, and the forces of good had endured. St. Martin approached Duke. The rift is sealed, and the balance restored. For now, but remember, words are never isolated. Courage, honor, and hope ripple across time, space, and universes alike. Duke nodded. Thanks, St. Martin. I guess some heroes really do come from legends. The knight smiled faintly, then rode toward the horizon, disappearing into the mist like a figure from myth. As the allies gathered around the campfire once more, Majestic Blossom murmured, I have a feeling this isn't the last we'll see of St. Martin. Just the Mood Demon grinned. Oh, I'd bet the next adventure involves dragons, darkness, and maybe a little chaos from a certain web-slinging vigilante.
Which one?
Somewhere in the distance, the Rift device hummed faintly, hinting that the threads of reality, medieval, fantastic, and cosmic, were far from finished, weaving their stories together. Thank you for watching this video, and peace out till the next one.